Like that famous joke about a woman who says to her friend, between the gym and the Pilates and the self-defense courses, I have no time for myself. I have no time by myself. How is um, how is living up to your potential? How is it related to happiness? Should it produce happiness? Do you need to be happy in order to live up to your potential? Do you need to be in a positive frame of mind? Or will living up to the potential bring a positive frame of mind? How do these things work?
But Rabbi Friedman, what about more if a person already knows their potential? I'm sorry, if a person already knows their mission, um, but they're just having a hard time executing. They're having a hard time getting through the grind of life or the pressures that are coming at them from all different directions. Does Torah have any recommendations or thoughts about that?
Well, there's certainly good ideas and good suggestions. But if you know, you're ahead of the game. Knowing what you should be or ought to be, that's a big relief. That's half the answer right there. Now we just have to figure out how to make it happen, which must be possible if this is your purpose. You must have the tools. It's just a matter of locating them and getting past the obstructions. What's keeping you from your purpose? Yes, we certainly can talk about that. Let me mark that down.
Here's a question that came up. Somebody said that they're in their late 40s and they feel like they've taken the wrong direction in life. They feel like it might be a little too late or it's too hard to change, and they feel very unhappy and distraught about it.
Let's all agree that that cannot be. It is not possible. You cannot fail as long as you're alive. You cannot miss the boat. Um, some people get there earlier, some people get there later, but everything we've experienced so far leads to the fulfillment of that purpose. Maybe it wasn't the way we thought it would go. Maybe we can't even see how it leads to the fulfillment of our purpose, but there is no question that it does. Particularly things that happen to us that were not of our choice. If it was my choice, maybe I made the wrong choice. But if it wasn't even my choice, then it's certainly not a fault, a flaw in my thinking or in my desire. It's all part of the plan. What happens to me is exactly where I'm supposed to be. But even if I made some bad choices, God allows us to to make the path and the project more difficult. He doesn't allow us to cancel it. So every day that we have, we can fulfill our purpose, we can live up to the potential, and everything that happened before only adds to it and leads us to it. If only I knew then what I know now, then I would have been different. But now it's too late. If only is a lack of faith and a lack of trust and a lack of belief. So we don't go there. We have at any moment the option to either fulfill our purpose or delay it more. But you don't have the option, you don't have the power to derail yourself from your purpose. So there is no too late, and there's no if only. That is not kosher thinking. So yes, we have to talk about that. It's a big subject, actually. What if it's too late?
That leads us right into our next question from Yeti, who writes that my mission is to be a wife and a mother, but I have yet to find my husband.
If your mission is to be a mother, you will be a mother. There's no question about that. Well, it doesn't really make sense. If God creates you with a mission, that mission is essential to God's plan. So for it not to happen doesn't just frustrate you, frustrates God. That is not likely to happen. So if you're meant to be married and you're meant to have children, then of course you will. If you're meant to be rich, then you will be rich. If you're meant to be strong, if you're meant to be an influencer, then you will be. You can't stop what is destined. You can only make it more difficult or delay it. You can't stop it. We don't have as much power as we think we have. When it comes to accomplishing great things, we admit that we don't have power. But when it comes to messing everything up, we think we have endless power. we can destroy everything and everyone. And no, we can't. No, we can't. In fact, we have more power in the positive than we do in the negative, because God doesn't mind when you exercise positive power, but he really does not allow you to mess up life, to mess up the world, to mess up other people. No, we don't have that kind of power. That's really part of our faith, part of our... You cannot really mess yourself up. You can't. Well, what about a person who spends all his life doing terrible things and wasting his time? Well, all of that is meant to reach a peak, to reach a tilting point, and then all of a sudden it turns around, and all of that becomes part of your return energy, the rebound. So nothing is ever wasted. Even your mistakes will eventually compel you towards the right direction, and that energy is necessary. So just like God will never allow us to destroy the world, why would he? It's his world. Why would he let us destroy it? So no, that's not even possible. That the world comes to an end, not in God's plan, not going to happen. So let's not attribute too much power to our free choice. Our free choice only determines the quality of our own Menschlichkeit. But the destiny, the plan, the planet, the future, you can't derail it. Not even the future of your own purpose in life. Now, of course, you hear about the idea of a soul coming back for a second lifetime because they didn't complete what they were supposed to complete in the first lifetime. That's a pretty common thing. It doesn't mean you messed up your life. It means there's more to be accomplished than you can do in 80 or 90 years. So none of this despair, none of this too late, if only, if I could live my life over. You don't need to live it over. You're still living, and you can transform all the negativity of the past into a glorious, positive conclusion.
We have a Sunday night program for VIPs that you might be interested in. It's informal, it's questions and answers, it's conversation. It's really relaxed, it's really pleasant, enjoyable, informative, and kind of community-like. It's a Sunday night program. There's a Wednesday morning program for the VIPs, and there's a Wednesday night program. All of it just conversation, casual, laid back, unscripted. So join us. Take a look. Click the link below and see which of the three suits you best, and join us for some enjoyable conversation. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic, and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there's a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it.